Hey, online sellers, JB Malik from HonestOnlineSelling.com. This is part two to a video. It's the second and final part of the video on how to sell books on Amazon. This is for basic sellers. If you've signed up as an Amazon.com merchant, it's free to sign up. There are no selling fees. Amazon just takes a commission. And you can sell a lot of items on Amazon.com as a merchant. So today, again, we're going to be talking about how, finding the low-cost books and how to sell them for big profits online. The follow-up to the last video, and if you haven't read that video or haven't seen that video, excuse me, please go back to HonestOnlineSelling.com and take a look at part one. So the key to all this, the key to be a successful seller on Amazon.com or eBay selling books is that you're going to need what's called a PDA scanner, okay? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. If you're seeing this price and rental $60 a week and you're getting some sticker shock, you probably don't belong in the book selling business. This is the only way you're going to succeed, and I'm going to show you how. I don't make any profit from referring you to this company that makes these scanners, by the way. I'm not affiliated with them other than the fact that I'm a customer. So here's what a scanner looks like. It's a wireless handheld computer, much like your iPhone or something like that, or BlackBerry, and it's got a scanner hooked up to it. Sometimes the scanner is just mounted on the very end. This one here is a separate piece. And you rent this scanner, and I just scanned one of the items, rescanned one of the items that I bought. This is a CD called Smoke and Mirrors. And when you scan the barcode, remember those things that look at that barcode on the back of the product? It spits out this information. Now, this is the 5 lowest selling prices on Amazon.com. This is the price of the item as new. If the item is not available new, it'll show you nothing here next to the star. This is the sales rank, very important here. Anything that's between a rank of 1 being the highest and say about 100,000 is considered a high ranking item selling on Amazon. And the higher the rank, the hotter the item is, the more demand there is. This is the category here, music. This is the actual UPC code number, which you really don't need to know. Battery life, and here's your number of sellers. These are the number of sellers that are currently selling, not hugely competitive. If you scan some items and it says 53 sellers, you probably don't want to be in that business unless it's Christmas time and you're selling some very hot toy. So why use this PDA scanner? Well, scanners provide the item's average prices on Amazon.com instantly. You and I we've both been selling online probably for a while. You go to a flea market, you see a row of 100 books. You don't know what those books are worth unless you're a genius and you can memorize the current selling prices. As long as that book or that item has a UPC barcode on the back and everything that's been produced since 1970 something has a UPC code on it, you can scan that with this scanner and it'll give you the latest selling prices on Amazon.com. So it takes all the guesswork out of, hey, how much is this book worth? So you win. You can be a winner at this game of selling books online for profit by combing through hundreds of books in just a few minutes. This takes all the time, the guesswork, the lost revenue of buying a box of books, bringing them home, and then in dismay looking up their value on Amazon or eBay and finding out that they're not even worth the price of the postage, which happens a lot. You're going to see that the majority of books that you scan, 80% or so, are probably worth about $2 or $3 or less. It's that 20% that you need to find, and this scanner makes it very easy for you. It's that 20% that's worth, where you can find books that are worth exponentially higher than what you pay. So you pay $1, $2, you're going to find books that are worth 10, 12, 15, 50, 100, $150 and up. It's happened to me already. You can't afford to guess the value. Again, okay, so we just mentioned that. I brought home a box of books home that I thought were going to be worth something. I go to sell them on eBay. I look them up on the computer. They're not worth the time of listing them. They're worth a penny. Literally, Amazon.com merchants sell books that are a penny plus $3.99 shipping. It's just not worth it. So before I had a scanner, I had to guess the book's value before buying. It's impossible to do. I don't care how good the book looks, how timely it is. A lot of books out there are not worth anything. The bonus, which is going to be a great bonus for you, is if you should carry this scanner with you wherever you go for the 1 week that you're renting it for $60, because this works with virtually any Amazon.com, any item that's on Amazon.com with a barcode. So if you go to a toy store, which I did, I went to Walmart, I went to their closeout aisle for their toys. I picked up a good number of toys because I had the scanner. I scanned the items. They were selling for $3 or $4 each, and Amazon .com's lowest prices on the scanner were $25. So I got a bunch of toys that I brought home, and I made a big profit by selling them on Amazon because I had that information in the palm of my hand. The scanner will also work with DVDs and VHS tapes. Okay, anything produced from somewhere in the 1970s to the present. CDs. Okay, you see lots of CDs, lots of DVDs, VHS tapes, lots of software and video games at flea markets, yard sales, thrift stores, church sales, video games, electronics. It'll work on like digital cameras, accessories, etc. Housewares, pots, pans, cookingware, blenders. Anything that's still, obviously it has to be in the box and it has to have a UPC code. You have to have access to the UPC code to be able to scan it and find out the value. Think of all the possibilities you can have with this. This was my cure to what I call the eBay and Amazon.com seller blues, where I was buying items at stores or thrift stores or yard sales, not knowing how hot the item is, nor knowing what the likely selling price would be. Coming home and realizing I just bought a piece of junk. So you'll make your $60 back on 1 to 2 bargain hunting trips. I promise you that. If you keep it for the full week, pack in several visits to several thrift stores, you're going to be making your money back tenfold. So recap on this idea of reaping huge profits from books. First, buy this guide. This has 92 pages. Okay, I know the author. I am an affiliate. It's a very high quality book, very thorough. If you want to be a huge player, or not even a huge player, just a niche player making a nice revenue, some people do this full time and that's all they do. They make a nice revenue stream buying and selling used books. This is the book that you want, and you can get it by going to this URL, http://books.honestonlineselling.com. Okay, so first, buy that guide. Number 2, call and order the scanner rental. You're going to need a credit card. The company is called Nitoscan. They're very credible. This is their website, nitoscan.com. They've been around for years helping booksellers by selling or renting them. You can buy this scanner for $1,300. I don't recommend that if you want to get your feet wet. You rent it for a week for $60. Call them. I would call them versus placing the order online, because they'll be able to walk you through and tell you exactly what you're going to need, and it's more personable. The online ordering process is a little cumbersome. So call them, 651-675-6903. Their office hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday. Again, I don't receive any money from referring you to these folks. It's just they are one, if not the only one, very credible companies that provide scanner rentals from end to end. So they'll rent you the scanner. You don't have to get anything else. They'll when you get the scanner, they'll tell you how to hook it up to your computer to download the information. In the software, there's a couple software installation steps that are required. So when you receive your scanner from Nitoscan, call them to help you get it ready. And then it'll take about a week for it to get to you, by the way. So in the meantime, you can be figuring out which stores and which libraries you're going to go to. When you get the scanner, go to thrift stores, libraries, book sales, church sales, yard sales, anywhere where they sell books. The reason why I say libraries is many libraries have a little rack that books are 10 cents, $1, that they don't want anymore in the library system, so they'll sell them. Call ahead of your local libraries and find out first, of course, save yourself some time. So visit all these places and buy books that are selling on Amazon for at least 6 times the price you pay. So, and these books should have an Amazon selling rank of above 100,000. So here's the example of the CD that I scanned. Okay, it is a hot item because it's a sales rank of 2,000. Okay, so anything that's between 1 and 100,000. And I paid $1.50 or something for it. So indeed, the selling prices, the lowest selling prices on Amazon.com, are about 6 times or more of the price that I paid. Okay, so you got to keep those things in mind when you're using the scanner. So that's it. I hope you really, really enjoyed this video as much as I did investigating it and investigating the book buying process. Definitely do book buying and selling as an additional revenue stream. You will make money. A future video, I'll show you how to, you can get to the point where you don't have to store your books anymore. You can ship them right to Amazon and have them do the shipping for you. But for now, when you're trying this out, get your scanner, do your research, go to a few libraries, scan a few books, buy a few, and bring them home. Sell them yourself on Amazon.com or eBay. See how well you make out. Please go to my blog if you haven't already. Subscribe to my free newsletter, honestonlineselling.com. Thank you very much for watching. Do great stuff. Good luck, and have fun making money.